People often ask me, can trading be learned easily? And I say yes, it's possible to learn how to trade, but becoming a consistently profitable trader, this is the hard part. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. We have Bitcoin squeezing out the shorts. So without further ado, please hit a like, subscribe, share with friends, and let's see the charts. Bitcoin is squeezing out the shorts. We can see here a very nice bull run from 22k all the way to 25k, but we have this trend line, and as we know, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. And if we go back all the way to September 2022, we can see each and every time price reached and tried to break up and above this trend line, it got rejected, and not surprising, once again, it's getting rejected. Zooming in on the 1 hourly chart, 4 hours, price is having a tough time and price range is getting tighter and tighter. All we have to do is wait and see if bulls have enough power in their hands to finally break up and above this trend line, and then all we have to do is look up for future resistance areas. Ethereum finally breaking above this 1670 area. Only by looking left we can clearly see 1670 area was a very important level of support and resistance, very tough one on the bulls. Now finally breaking up and above on the 1 hour chart, breaking above, need to break above also this area. Only look left, we can see 1670, 1690, very important level of support and resistance. Continuation to the upside, we can assume with high probability this trend line will be the next test for bulls, and we have all the future resistance for the upside. Bulls of the SPY are here, and looks like they are here to stay. Inside day, but closing up and above this short-term downtrend channel, heading towards the 421 open gap. We can see low, higher low. We have all these higher highs, higher high. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view on the price action. And now all we have to do is take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and now we have all future potential resistance for price to the future. We have the 418, 421 is the opening gap, and all the rest. Follow price, use levels to manage risk. And QQQ, Doji, last week of this trend line bouncing up, breaking above this downtrend channel. 314 will be the next test for the bulls. QQQ looking very good. On the other hand, Dow Jones still below the 342, 343 area. This area is very tough for the bulls, but if bulls will manage to break up and above, it will be some kind of a short squeeze all the way to 350 and maybe even 354. All we have to do is sit and wait to see where price will take us. Can bulls break up and above? And then we have all the levels to the upside to follow as potential future resistance. Let me know in the comments below where Dow Jones is heading. IWM, also very bullish sentiment since the lows of September 2022. Inside this channel, still uptrend channel, lower highs, lower lows. Even this low here earlier January is still a higher low than this low over here. So higher highs, higher lows. This is the definition of an uptrend, and until proven otherwise, IWM is on the way up, and we have the 200 level as the next test for bulls. ITB still waiting for a break above the 71, 60, 72 area to take my long position, or if the 69 will fail to hold, I will wait to see if this trend line will hold and a bounce. So I'm waiting for two scenarios. And of course, everything you see in here on this video and on any other video on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services. SMH, as we can see, still in a sideways move, 241 to the downside, 255 to the upside, together with this trend line. Let's see if the SMH can break up and above. We had Sage earnings earlier today. PEG, a new ETF, caught my eyes. The leisure and entertainment ETF, I'm waiting for a break above the 42.50. This is where my long alert is. Oil, crude, still inside this falling wedge, steep downtrend, and as we can see, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. Each and every time price reached, tried, failed. Long only above this trend line. Apple, bulls are eating all the apples, breaking above the 155. Very strong sentiment on Apple, leading the bulls on the market. 160 will be the next test. And as we can see, Apple since January 2023, earlier this year, went up 25%. Google, as we said, 93 needs to hold. This is the 618 retracement Fibonacci level. 3 consecutive dojis, bounce to the upside. Now we have 93 as our risk management, risk tolerance. And now let's see continuation to the upside. AMD still struggling inside this short-term downtrend channel. 81.77 needs to hold. Let's see if bulls have enough power in their hands to finally break up above towards this upper orange trend line. This trend line, look left, since September 2022, held as a strong resistance for the higher highs. Overall, zooming out, AMD is in an uptrend. Tesla continuing to squeeze out all the shorts, more than 100% since the low of the 100, 111% to the upside. Congratulations if you held, and if you bought it here and ignore the noise. Now 240, and this red trend line will be the next test for the bulls. This red trend line goes all the way back to April 2022. NVDA inside doji above this yellow trend line. And if you are following me on Twitter and you saw my previous videos in the last few weeks, you know all these trend lines, and you know trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, because price does not move straight up, straight down, or straight to the right side. It moves in a zigzag way. So this is why we have trend lines to help us to identify the highs, the lows, the trends, and NVIDIA is in a very bullish uptrend. We have this low, higher low, and each and every day that goes by, we have a new higher highs and higher lows. NVIDIA, uptrend until proven otherwise. Shopify had earnings and went down 5% after hours. So let's see if 50.75 will hold. Otherwise, steep downtrend to close this gap. Netflix moving sideways, 343, 344 to the downside, 370 to the upside. Nothing much on Netflix. We are waiting. Microsoft 266 is holding 2 consecutive dojis. We have this gap to the downside, the 264, and we have another gap at the 258. Let's see where Microsoft is taking us. What's in the future of Microsoft and Bing? Boeing, on the other hand, yesterday broke and closed above the 216. 216, very strong resistance was. Now, also today, doji inside day managing to close above the 216. So for now, Boeing is in a very bullish uptrend since the low of October. Boeing went up 80%, and for some reason no one's talking about it. No one is talking about Boeing, which is good, because once everybody will start talking about Boeing, then you will see a really short squeeze, another short squeeze towards the 237 and the 251, and this will be our trigger to start managing position a little bit more tighter and taking off the risk. Net gas holding the 240 area. If this one will break to the downside, 155 is next. As we can see, 240 is a very strong and very important support for net gas. Failing to hold, it will break to the downside, and 155 area will be next. So once again, Bitcoin, the bulls are here and they are running. 4-hour time frame, short squeeze, 1-hour time frame. This red trend line is giving a hard time for the bulls, so stay alert and keep your eyes on Bitcoin and manage risk according to the levels. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and don't forget to check the links in the description below for my new ebook, The Psychology Behind Trading. Until the next video, stay safe.